Hello and welcome to another video brought to you by allfreejewelrymaking.com and keepsakecrafts.net. Today we're going to be making these great hammered wire earrings. It's the one little bead dangle that gives them just a great elegant touch. So the supplies you'll need to make these earrings are 2 ear wires, 2 head pins, 2 beads of your choice. I've picked these crystal beads, and 2 7-inch pieces of craft wire. You can use gold-filled sterling silver wire, but if you're just learning how to work with wire, this stuff is terrific. It's 22 gauge craft wire. You can try something a little heavier, something a little lighter, maybe not, but you could probably try 20 gauge is heavier. Let me show you the tools you need because a couple of them are a little bit unusual. We're going to be using a bench block or a mini anvil, and that's just for flattening the wire. You'll also need a hammer. I like this one. It actually came in a scrapbooking set, but it's perfect. It's got a flat end for flattening, and then I use the round end for texturing, and I'll show you that. You'll need round nose, chain nose pliers, and some wire cutters, and a ruler is also handy. So the first thing we're going to do is make dangles from our beads. So you just slide your bead onto a head pin. If the hole in your bead is a little too big for your head pin, these are just perfect. But if it's too big, just slide on a seed bead, and that will act as a stopper. Go ahead and grasp the wire right where it comes out of the bead, and then bend your wire at a 90-degree angle, just like that. Go ahead and tuck in the round nose pliers, and I'm going to make a slightly larger loop than normal so that this will go over the hammered wire. So I'm going to go down about a 1/4 of an inch down the round part of the round nose pliers, and that will give me a wider loop. I often make my loops right at the tip to get the smallest possible loop. So once you've gotten as far as you can wrapping around your pliers, reposition your pliers and finish the wrap. Use some nice flush cut wire cutters to cut the wire right where they cross. And then take a minute to flatten that loop and shape it nicely. And repeat for the other dangle. So I've gone ahead and made the other bead dangle, and now it's time to start shaping up the main part of our earrings. And we're going to start with a 7-inch piece of 22 gauge wire and round nose pliers. Go ahead and grasp the very end of the wire with the very tips of the pliers, and then just twist your wrist. And that's how you get a loop. And just, if you need to do it again, twist it until the end of the wire touches itself. And then go ahead and grab that loop and start to make a spiral. Don't want to make this spiral too tight, but you don't want it too loose. It's going to spread a little as you pound it, so you don't want it to make it a perfectly tight spiral. Otherwise it will crisscross over itself. But if you make it too loose, the design won't hold together. So the best way is to start the loop in the middle with pliers, and then just go ahead and continue it with your fingers. This 22 gauge wire works up nicely just with your fingers. Keep going until you have about 1.5 inches wire left that you haven't coiled yet. And then repeat on the other side, but go in the opposite direction so that you'll end up with a modified S shape. And again, just start to make a coil. And this time we're just going to wrap until we have 2 complete wraps. And then whatever's left, we'll just continue to coil on the bottom part, the larger part. So there's that. And that's your component. And now it's the fun part, and I'm going to move this cushion out of the way because I want to pound on a flat surface. So I've got my little anvil. Now this is a nice design to learn hammering on because there are no crisscrossing components. When you hammer wire, if there are parts that cross over each other, you have to be careful not to pound on those directly because that will weaken and quite likely break the wire. But in this case, we have just a flat coil, and all you need to do is take the flat part of your hammer. Notice I'm not using a lot of force. I'm just pounding it until it flattens. And you can flip it over, get the other side, and then switch ends and get that top bit. And then, if you like, you can take the round part and just go along the wire to make this great texture. And you want to, if you want to do a texture, do it on both sides. And when you're done, it will look something like this. Just very cool. So to finish up your earrings, and this is why we made this loop a little bit bigger than we might normally. Go ahead and open that up. Make sure, just like with a jump ring, don't pull them apart. Don't pull it apart this way, but rather twist. So just give that a twist. Flip it over the bottom part of the spiral, the wider part. Twist that closed. And then your ear wires, as long as, let me just shift that a little, as long as the hanging loop from your ear wire is parallel with the way the ear wire goes, you don't have to add a jump ring. Because when we slide on the very top, it will automatically be facing the right way. Oops. I hate it when that happens. I'll have to get out another ear wire to fix that. And there you have it. Isn't that great? Just a very fun, kind of funky earring with very little work and very few supplies, minimal supplies. So make sure to take the time to make yourself a special pair of earrings and maybe another pair for a gift. Thanks so much for watching Keepsake Crafts jewelry videos. Be sure to check out keepsakecrafts.net for more jewelry making, crafting, sewing, and all sorts of crafting ideas and inspiration. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.